Good morning. Good morning. It's me, and it's Tuesday. Welcome to another week of school. So, I'm here today, and we're going to summarize what you're doing today. Today in ELA, you'll have that new comprehension page in your packet that you haven't seen before. You'll have to do that as well as your practice spelling test. You're going to be working in religion on your test today. And remember, you can use your book and your notes, and the quiz is on the LMS, and you're going to be taking it right in the LMS. Hold on, I'm going to move my thing down because I put it on something, but it's all shaky, and I don't like it. Let's try it there, a little bit more secure. There we go, sweet. And then you're doing social studies today. Just the one page. And that's the three, not the three branches, 3 levels of government, different. Some of you, I had like 3 of you yesterday that were confused. When someone asks for the 3 branches of government, it is very different than the 3 levels of government, okay? Yeah, or there are many levels of government actually. So local, county, state, national, different things like that. You're going to learn about those today, but I'm not going to tell you about them because you're going to learn about them. And so we're going to go right into math today. And luckily for you, if you understood yesterday, today is going to be a piece of cake and very quick. So your parents will be thrilled. They just like to scare you on Mondays. So we're on page 396 and chapter 12, lesson 6. You see those eggs, the precious eggs. I know us. We have to sometimes search for eggs in the grocery store now. We didn't even do any over Easter because we needed to eat them. And we eat a lot of eggs in my house. So my husband is amazing at making scrambled eggs. And so we eat about 9 eggs every morning. So we need a lot of eggs in my house. Okay, so today we're doing what's called finding part of a set. Super easy. They tell us, it's kind of like saying they have the egg carton, okay? Saying if I have an egg carton, but I only want to eat 1/4 of the egg carton, how many eggs did I eat? So today we're going to do a few of these example problems, and I'm going to leave you to read through the ones that are in the top section. You can look through those, like they did 1/5 of 15. They broke 15 into 5 pieces and said, how many is 1/5? 1/5. There are 3 in 1/5. And then they gave the example of 1/4 of 20. They broke 20 into 4 pieces. And then they took one of those pieces, and how many things were in that piece? 5 were. So I'm going to do the example in 1 through 6 is super easy because they still draw the picture for you. But I will do that right now too. You know I'm not a picture person. You know I am more numbers. But if you're more of a picture person, that's great for you. I would just warn you though, when they get to become bigger fractions, no more pictures. You have to be able to know the math. So I'm going to show you the math. Here we go, to the whiteboard, Here we go. All right. So first off, I need to know, when I'm looking at a number like this that says 1/2 of 10. Well, if I know of, that's a division word. If I know my keywords, of is a division word, which means I'm going to be dividing. And so we've done a lot of multiplication in the last chapter, trying to find equivalent fractions. Well, in this time, we are going to be doing a lot of division. So this is the number we need. I'm going to go to the highlighter here and change my color. This is the numbers we need to look at, the denominator and the whole. Okay, when I'm looking at a number that's this, which means part of a whole, when I see the of, that's an of question, I need to look at the denominator and I need to look at the whole. Okay. All right. So it means that I have 10 in my whole. Okay. So let's think of something like that. I like to think of pizzas. They use these little circles for an example today, and you can do that. But I like to think of also, they could do pizzas or chocolate bars. Those are the two things I usually do when I'm talking about fractions. So I'm gonna take these circles away. And I'm gonna go to my pen. And I'm gonna show you the first step I need to do in this problem is find my whole. And my whole is 10. So what I like to do, if I'm gonna draw it, would be draw my circle. And I break it into, whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh, see, this is why I don't like drawing, but you can do drawing. There's 10 there. And then they're saying, what is half of a pizza that has 10? Well, then I make my line at half. And how many pieces are on this side? There are 5 pieces on this side. Okay. Well, that's visually. The way I like to do it is with math. And so you guys can join me in that because you're going to need to know this way too. I'm trying to find the eraser. Eraser. Here we go. Because I don't like my picture. Ooh, it's nasty. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my pen and I'm going to change back to, let's do green this time. So what I do is I take my denominator and I take my whole and I put it into a division problem where the big number is inside. And the small number is outside. And I have a quick division problem that says 2 goes into 10 how many times? 5. 1/2 of 10 is 5. I don't have to draw anything confusing. I don't have to like count pieces. I just know my division fact. Okay, 10 is my big number. It goes inside. Divided by 2 is 5. All right. I don't have to count anything. It's way less time if you put it into a division problem. So let's try a different one here. I want to go to number, and you're doing, I believe you're doing all of them. Oh no, you're doing half today. So I will do number, let's do number 2 while we're here. So if I have 1/4 of, means division, 16. Change my color, easy peasy, make my division block, right? Big number goes inside. Small number goes outside. 4 goes into 16, or 16 divided by 4 is 4. 1/4 of 16 is 4. I told you would like this today. Super, super, super easy. I don't have to change any denominators. I don't have to manipulate fractions and transform them. I don't have to move them around. I just have to put them in a division problem and answer the division problem. Okay. Now you'll notice in all of these that it says a 1 on the top because that's asking for 1 part. Let's look at the next page and we'll see if it gets a little bit harder. No, it doesn't. So I'm not going to teach you the hard way now. I know there are some that, okay, so I'm going to pause and I'm going to go into it for some that want an extension to get ready for 4th grade. So if I was in this, people that are ready for a challenge, that's not part of the lesson, don't worry. So if you don't want a challenge, just zip through this or just listen and zone it out. I'm going to show you here, erase. So to those that want the challenge, what if this wasn't a 1 up here? What if they had put that this was a 2? What if they had said, what is 2/4 of 16? Well, you know what I do? I do the same thing I did before. I do my division question. Boop, boop, boop. Except why is it on highlighter? Here we go. I put my big number in the middle and I still divide by my denominator. And my answer is still 4, but guess what? This is only 1 piece of 4 pieces, right? If I times 4 by 4, 1 of those pieces is 4. They're asking me for 2 of those pieces. 4, 4, 4, 4. So what would 2 of those pieces be? 8. So then your next step, what you would do is you would say, you have to multiply this by your numerator. Okay, so I would do, this is the one piece, but it has to be multiplied by whatever the numerator is. Now we were in an easy one before where our numerator was 1. Hold on, I'm looking for the eraser again. Where our numerator was 1. So all we had to do is we had said 4 times 1, and that just equals 4. Remember, we said our answer is 4. But what if they had this be a 3? I'm looking for eraser again. What is they said? What is 3/4 of 16? Well, you would need to go, your answer times the numerator. 4 times 3 would be 12. 3/4 of 16 would be 12. Ooh, challenge for those that are seeing it and getting it and want a challenge. So let's go to the next one. Here we go. You guys are doing all the odds, so let's do an even one. I'm going to do super easy. I'm going to try and go to the harder one. Let's see here. Let me go to 16, just to be, I'm not going to have to do too many today. 1/5 of 20. All right, I'm going to change my color. I make my division block. I put the big number in the middle, and I divide by my denominator. 5 goes into 20, or 20 divided by 5 is 4. 4 is my answer. I told you, super easy today. Yeah, that's it. Boom, boom. That was number, I'm looking for it now. I lost it. 1/5 of 20. 16. This was number 16. Sorry. There's a lot on that page. It gets confusing. Okay, so now let's look here at our problem solving, what we have. And I'm going to look at number, because you're doing number 25 and 27. So let me do number 26. It says, which is longer? 1/3 of a yard or 5 feet? Well, this time they're asking us to turn it into inches. So we have to kind of do some figuring here. I need to say, how many inches are in a yard? Because I can't just have yard. I had to have a number. So I say, how many inches are in a yard? Anybody? Well, I know there's 12 inches in a foot. And how many feet are in a yard? 3 feet are in a yard. So if I have 12 inches times 3 feet, that would give me 36. There are 36 inches in a yard. Now, they said, which one's bigger? That number on top, 1/3 of 36 or 5 feet. Wow. So I have 5 feet. Well, how many inches are in a foot? 12 times 5, because I have 1 foot 5 times. What does that equal? 5 times 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5. And then 1 is 60. So now I know 5 feet is equal to 60 inches. What is 1/3 of 36? So I'm going to change my color. We're looking at that top equation again, guys. So I have to do an of question, which means I have a division block. Okay. The big number goes in the middle. The denominator goes outside. 3 goes into 36. If you know your facts, you know that that answer is 12. Ding, ding, ding. And so let's go back to my question. They said, which is longer, 1/3 of a yard or 5 feet? Well, 1/3 of a yard is 12 inches, right? And 5 feet is 60 inches. Which is more, 12 or 60? 60, duh. 60 is way more than 1/3 of 36. But that's how we would figure that out. They're just double checking here in these problem solving ones that you're going to do in number 25 and 27. They're making sure that you know that a foot is 12 inches. And they're making sure that you know that a 36 inches are in 1 yard. Okay. They're just checking to make sure. So they're incorporating two different things in that kind of question. They're incorporating the of question because it's so easy. And they're incorporating your knowledge of measuring. They're checking to make sure. Now, I know we didn't hit measuring too hard before we left, but this is our time to review it. 12 inches go into a foot, like you have your ruler. And then I know 36 inches are in a yard. Okay, if I have a yardstick, which I would have shown you in class because I have lots of them. But we're going to do it here. So ask your parents if they have a yardstick, or get your measuring tape out so you can see a yard has 3 feet in it. And then you also, oh, you could do that. 3 feet, 36 inches, or 1 yard. Okay. So in those kind of questions, when you're doing 25 and 27, for the critical thinking, when you're doing 29, 31, 29 and 31, you do not have to cut out circles. I do want you to answer number 29 and 31, but you can just answer them on your own, and they are the challenge questions. So when I taught you that little challenge thing before, yeah, you're gonna have your answer, okay? You're gonna have a number here divided by a number there, and it's gonna give you an answer, and you're gonna have to times it times the numerator, and that will give you your final answer. Okay. All right, I think it's pretty easy today. I will see you at 10 o'clock if you are there, so we can do one last review before the religion quiz today. But other than that, it's a pretty good day. And I would say it's a pretty good day in general, because when I look outside, if my Zoom will come up again. All right, well, I can't see you. Goodness gracious, what is going on here? There you are. Haha, now I'm back. I would say it's a good day outside because the sun is shining and there's no tornadoes, right? No tornadoes. It's a good day. So hopefully you can get outside today, do your walks, do your stuff for coach. He asked me to remind you to keep doing stuff for him. Apparently it's kind of embarrassing, but our grade was like the worst grade to turn in your PE journals. And that was kind of embarrassing for me to hear. So with specials, sometimes I don't hear what's due. They don't tell us what you guys are doing for them because they don't want to bog us down, because we're already have so much in our brain with what you guys are doing. Just like at school, they have their classes and we have ours. So they're kind of responsible for them, but you need to make sure that just like at school, you're still responsible for what you do for coach, and you're still responsible for what you do for me, or for art, or for music. Okay, so let's hold ourselves accountable for that. We're in week 4 here, guys. Can you believe it? Week 4 already of virtual learning. So hold yourself to that standard and make sure that you're turning stuff into the people that you need to. I know I have a lot of stuff I have to turn all over the place. So, all right. I love you lots. I hope you have a special, special day. Do something nice for someone. Do something nice maybe for your mom. Surprise her. Bring her a bagel. Bring her a bag of chips. Tell her you love her. Bring her some chocolate. You have lots of chocolate laying over from Easter. You can bring her some chocolate. All right. Live, love, and learn through Christ. I love you. Bye.